Hi guys. Welcome back to our review and react channel. Today I review new upcoming Apple iPhone 7. Apple iPhone 7 design. At long last, the iPhone 7 is here. At the Bill Graham Civic Auditorium in San Francisco, Apple continued its traditional naming structure with the introduction of the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus. We've been playing around with the upcoming iOS 10 operating system in beta for the better part of 2 months, and the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus will ship with the new OS. Read more about iOS 10 here, but we were excited to learn more about the actual phones. Both the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus are, finally, water and dust resistant, IP67, meaning you're free to get them wet without worry. That means you'll be able to take either of them underwater for about 30 minutes, up to 1 meter deep. The two new devices maintain the same aluminum body and don't look a ton different than 2015's iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. They even share the same respective screen sizes, a 4.7-inch display on the 7, and a 5.5-inch screen for the 7 Plus. The Plus sports a resolution of 1920 x 1080 pixels, and its smaller brother packs 1334 x 750 pixels. Both screens are 25% brighter than the 6S and display a wide color gamut. But the differences are still noticeable. Both of them feature a pristine, mirror-like surface and a high-gloss finish. The high-gloss finish of the jet black iPhone 7 is achieved through a precision 9-step anodization and polishing process. According to the site, its surface is equally as hard as other anodized Apple products. However, its high shine may show fine microabrasions with use. If you are concerned about this, we suggest you use one of the many cases available to protect your iPhone. Yes, Apple just recommended you get a case for the jet black iPhone 7 because it's prone to scratches. Apple is also bringing more colors to the iPhone 7, so in addition to silver, gold, and rose gold, you can also choose between a glossy jet black and a matte black color. The jet black replaces the famous space gray color. The camera on the rear still sticks out a little, but the most noticeable difference is on the iPhone 7 Plus. It features dual cameras on the rear, similar to smartphones like the LG G5. Static home button. The home button is now solid state, which means you can't physically press or click it in. Kind of like the Motorola Moto Z and OnePlus 3. It's pressure sensitive, including taptic feedback, which just means that apps can give you 3 levels of pressure and haptic feedback, like a light or strong buzz. It doesn't feel like a button and definitely takes getting used to, but so far it seems to get the job done. Cameras. The iPhone 7 has a spectacular camera, or so the company says. But you'll have to shell a little more money for the 5.5-inch variant for an even better one. The iPhone 7 Plus is the first iPhone with a dual camera system. The iPhone 7 keeps the 12-megapixel camera, but adds a larger aperture, and this is a big deal. Optical image stabilization that keeps images steadier. We do notice that the camera sticks out more from the back. The iPhone 7 Plus gets a second, 5.6mm telephoto lens on the back that works like a built-in zoom feature. Phones like the LG V20, Huawei IP9 and Huawei Honor 8 have 2 cameras, too. We have lots more detail below. The camera can detect faces and bodies and offers wide color capture. There's so much more going on when you take a shot, such as white balance, noise reduction, and combining multiple images. Apple says there are 100 billion operations every time you take a picture, all in the span of 25 milliseconds. This is marketing lingo, but it is impressive what the phone is able to do in a fraction of a second. Professional photographers will be happy to know that the iPhone 7 finally supports RAW image format, allowing for more control when editing photographs. On the front of the phones, the selfie camera on the 7 and the 7 Plus has jumped to 7 megapixels. And also features wide color captures and automatic image stabilization. When you take a picture, a 1x icon will pop up in the camera. You'll be able to tap and drag the slider from 1x to 10x that lets you zoom into spectacularly detailed images for a better crop. The camera uses a 2x optical zoom, but it switches to digital zoom when you move closer to 10x. Additionally, there's a new bokeh effect that's currently being worked on by Apple's camera engineers. It adds a blur effect to the backdrop of images to offer a depth effect that's on par with DSLR cameras. You can turn this feature on or off, and you can also see a live preview of it before you take a shot. This feature will come later this year via a software update. No headphone jack. Both new iPhones also utilize stereo speakers both at the top and bottom of the devices, and Apple says they feature increased dynamic range. However, those speakers are exactly where the headphone jack used to be. The iPhone 7 and 7 Plus no longer feature a 3.5mm headphone jack. That means you'll have to rely on a lightning converter for your current headphones, or upgrade to a pair of Bluetooth earbuds to make up for the missing headphone jack. Apple is including a pair of lightning connected, wired, earpods in the box and a lightning converter for your 3.5mm headphone plug. The big downside: you cannot charge your phone and listen to music at the same time. The lack of a headphone jack also prompted Apple to improve wireless audio. The result is the W1 wireless chip. It's implemented in another new Apple product, the AirPods, which are completely wireless and get 5 hours of battery life. They aren't included in the box, and you can read more about the $160 wireless earbuds here. Display. The iPhone 7 feels pretty much the same as the iPhone 6s, with the same 4.7-inch screen. Apple says the HD Retina display is 25% brighter than last year's model. It includes the pressure-sensitive 3D touch layer that buzzes slightly when you press and hold the screen. The 4.7-inch display sports a 1334x750 resolution, which in turn gives you a 326 ppi pixel density. That served the 6s well. So you shouldn't worry about it on the iPhone 7. We understand if you're drawn to the pixel-packed Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge though. However, crank up the brightness bar on the new iPhone and your eyes will be in for a treat. Apple has upped the brightness of the display on the iPhone 7, for an even brighter, bolder visual experience. Performance. The iPhone 7 and 7 Plus utilize Apple's most powerful processor ever, the A10 Fusion. It's a 64-bit quad-core processor that's 40% faster than the A9 in the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. Apple says it's 120 times faster than the original iPhone. The first 2 cores are for high-performance actions, and the remaining 2 are high-efficiency ones. Apple has designed a performance controller to determine which actions make use of either set of cores. For example, checking your email will most likely be powered by the high-efficiency cores, which is better for saving battery life. The processor also improves the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus graphics. It's 50% faster than the A9. The 7 also comes with 2 GB of RAM, whereas the 7 Plus offers 3 GB. The battery is also the best ever compared to previous iPhones. The Cupertino company says the new iPhone 7 will last 2 hours more than the iPhone 6s. And the iPhone 7 Plus will add an additional hour over the iPhone 6s Plus. Stereo speakers. A second speaker joins the iPhone to give you stereo speakers. There's now one at the bottom and one at the top. This is brand new for Apple. Battery life. Greater battery capacity for longer battery life. Apple estimates 12 hours of LTE browsing. The iPhone 7 Plus should clock about 2 more hours. Apple notoriously never tells us what the capacity is. More storage. 32 GB, 128 GB, 256 GB capacities.